Do you know the 8 dumb ways people choose agents? Welcome back. We're going to talk about the 8 dumb ways that people choose agents, and hopefully you won't make these mistakes. The number one most common, or actually I don't know if it's the number one most common, but one of the most common is the number of years someone has been in real estate. Now you're thinking, wait Gary, you're crazy because you're always talking about it, you've been in real estate so long. So yes, it's a criteria that you would want to use as somewhat of a measure of skill and experience. However, just because someone has been in real estate for 5, 10, 15 years, and I've been in now going on 36, doesn't guarantee that they're actually like great at what they do. So yeah, look at that, but don't just go, oh, this person's been in for 5 years, so they're an expert. That's not necessarily the case. Next thing, and when you see this, you're going to say, oh, I know that's not a good reason to choose an agent, but a lot of people do this, and that is they choose an agent who's a friend. So they choose it based on friendship, and I ask you, would you choose your heart surgeon based on friendship? Well, I know Fred, we have a drink together once in a while, or Susie and I go, for a walk in the park or whatever it is. But that's not the way to choose your brain surgeon, your attorney, your CPA, or your real estate agent. It has no bearing on skill. Next thing, and this is kind of similar, is liking. Yeah, you don't want to be thinking, oh, that agent's going to call me. Oh, can you take the call? I really don't want to talk to that person. But the flip side is you don't want to necessarily have it be a popularity contest. Well, I'm going to talk to 3 agents, and we're just going to choose one we like the most. Well, again, you want to be able to tolerate being with them, maybe even enjoy it a little bit, but don't make that your number one criteria. Next thing, and this one may be another surprise. Are you ready to be surprised? Recommendation. So here's the thing that I've found. Many people will recommend, whether it is real estate agents or, a nail technician or whatever the profession is, they'll say, oh, you should talk to Susie or John or Fred, and it's based on the fact that they know them and not that they have necessarily done a transaction with them, that they did a good job. So don't necessarily just go on a recommendation. Came back. That must be important. Don't go on a recommendation by itself. The next thing is big firm or office. So I work for Keller Williams, which is the biggest real estate company in the world. But don't just hire me because I work for Keller Williams. What really matters is the agent more than the company. Company, matters a little bit, but agent matters the most. Next thing is the presentation. There are a lot of agents that have practiced their, little presentation and it looks good, but they, may or may not be good at real estate. So that's not necessarily the way to choose an agent. And then here's a really bad way. You ready for a really bad way to choose an agent? Whoever quotes you the highest price. So here's the thing. We real estate agents, we human beings know that everyone wants to, get the most when they sell something. So we agents know that you want to get the highest price when you sell your home. And knowing that, a lot of agents will consciously or maybe unconsciously, but probably more consciously, they'll puff up the price a little bit. If your house is worth $1 million, they'll say, hey, I think I can get you $1.1 million or $1.2 million because you want more money. I know I want more money when I sell. But don't make that the criteria to choose your agent, because that's just choosing the one that'll flatter you the most. Next one also is a very bad way to choose an agent. The lowest fee. Because think about it. You are hiring someone to negotiate for you, and if the way that they reach agreement is by saying, how much do you want? I'll give away as much of my money as possible. If they can't negotiate for themselves, what would they do negotiating for you? Would not be pretty. So, you may be thinking, okay, Gary, you told me all these ways not to choose an agent. How should I choose an agent? Are you ready? Track record. Now, why do I have the picture of Albert Einstein? Because he was a smart guy, and if he was alive now and you asked him, how do you choose the best agent? He would say, track record. So I'm just really saying what Albert Einstein would say. Choose the agent with the best track record. Okay, so that being said, if you are thinking of buying or selling a home or other property and you need a good real estate agent, please call or text me 858-457-KENT, and that's 858-457-5600. 5368. You can also email Gary at garykent.com. Thanks, and we'll talk soon. Bye.